Good morning. It is 7:03 a.m. on Monday, February 5th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I'm paranoid about my audio now because something happened that screwed up my settings somehow, and now I'm not sure that my mixer settings are all where they were before, and I'm going to have to just probably sort it out from scratch again. That's fine. I think that the audio for this one should be usable at least. And I don't know, maybe it's not actually really any different. I feel like maybe there's more background noise, like more of a background room hiss. I was playing a game called Werewolves Within last night, and something about the way it was setting up the sound, I feel like messed something up, and I don't know what, and I have to figure it out. It's a fun game though. It's a VR game, and it's basically, if you've ever played Werewolves, the game where you have people who are secretly werewolves, and it's a joint game where everyone gets in a circle, tries to decide who's the werewolf, and of course the werewolves try to get everyone to pick someone who's not actually a werewolf. And so it's basically that game, but it's in VR with sort of this cartoony sort of feel to it. It was fun, but kind of complicated just because there's obvious strategies, but those strategies are complicated by the fact that the people you're playing with might not actually know the strategies. And then you might have people who are new, like me, who are still figuring out how it works, and yeah. But yeah, it was kind of neat. The one thing criticism I have of it is that because I think it was a game that was originally designed to be played with a gamepad rather than with the VR Vive controllers, the motion controllers, it means that you can't directly control your character's hands. You can press buttons to do certain emotes like ooh or, and those are fun and all, but there are lots of VR titles where you can just really move your hands around any way you want, and I really missed that bit of feedback. Still a little bit sniffly, but definitely feeling better than I did over the weekend. Just another one of those little transitory 24-hour bugs or whatever. So yesterday was the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it. I bear no ill will to you if you are a sports enthusiast. I think that's great. It's great to like things. Hooray. And, even though I live in New England, I gather that the outcome was the one that would make the largest number of people happy, so good for that, I guess, although there's going to be some sad faces around here for a little while, I think. But yeah, so I just, I don't know, nah, not for me, thanks. What I did do yesterday, though, also, in addition to playing Werewolves, is I saw two of the Best Picture Oscar nominees. Went to see Lady Bird in the theater, and that was my fourth use of the Movie Pass subscription that I got as a gift, and it's continuing to work just fine. And I saw Lady Bird in the theater, and then I came back home and I watched Dunkirk on Amazon streaming. I rented it for $6. And what I'll say is Lady Bird is lovely, well made, coming of age sort of drama set in 2002. Some really well realized characters and some nice detail, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I will say that I feel like the narrative is a little messy. There's significant weight given to certain plot threads in one scene and then just never brought up again and things like that. And I don't know, maybe that's fine. I wouldn't say it's a great failing, but it also just didn't feel as tight as it could have, maybe. I don't know. So I loved it, but I also don't think I would see it winning Best Picture. I think it's a great movie. It's wonderful. I liked it, but I probably wouldn't vote for it to win Best Picture. Dunkirk. Dunkirk is, when I was just saying about Lady Bird, Dunkirk is very tight. Like it actually is taking 3 different stories one takes place over a week, one takes place over a day, one takes place over an hour, and it's cutting in between them constantly and having each one sort of reference the other in ways that sort of build tension, and everything is well shot and like it's brilliantly realized and super intense, and I didn't especially like it. It's not that it did anything wrong. It told the story that it wanted to tell extremely well. And I just didn't feel like I really wanted to watch a really intense World War II movie. I watched it because it was nominated, but I didn't see it in the theater, even though I'm generally a Christopher Nolan fan, just because I maybe had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about, like, why do we need another World War II movie right now? I don't know. They're allowed to tell whatever story they want. That's fine. I don't begrudge them to make whatever movie they want, but that's why I was maybe not as excited by it. And, so this is like the Super Bowl, where for anyone who wanted that story, this is probably a really good telling of it, and I would not be surprised if you liked it. Excuse me. It's the craft of the filmmaking is excellent. But I don't know. Just the tension of it just had me with this kind of a sick, headachy, stomach-achy feeling through the whole thing, and I didn't particularly enjoy that. But yeah, it's good in many of the ways that we want movies to be good. It's just not for me. Kind of like the Super Bowl, I guess. Anyway, we're coming up on finishing, I believe it was Tuesday last week that I first did my little song. And, so a week of doing a little improvised song. I don't know if I, not that I ever get a lot of feedback on these things, but I haven't really, I don't know. I got a note or two about the songs. Does anybody care? I don't know. But anyway, today, let's say, there are things in this life that are not meant for you. It's easy to take that personally, but it's okay for other people to have things of their own. That is something that you should find peace with. Letting other people have things for them. Letting other people have things for them. Letting other people have things for them. It doesn't have to all be for you. Alright, I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.